yourself.
I know these things have to go with jeans, but I couldn't take them off.
It's sort of scary picking those out in London. Don't know too much about pearls. Thanks again for that computer. Then again, I don't know too much about that either.
Well, you do know a lot about wood carving because this cat is even nicer than the one you gave me for my birthday.
Well, I figured that one might get lonely.
Mm.
So, this is a boy cat.
Hello up there. Mrs. Walsh is on the phone.
What does she want now? I'll get it. I'll be down in the...
Oh, no, wait a minute. It's for, Holden.
What do you mean, what are you talking about, saving it for a special occasion? Listen, every night with you is a special occasion, baby cakes. Don't you know that?
Baby cakes?
Baby cakes. Yeah.
Well, listen, my little cupcake.
Cupcake?
That peignoir must have cost you a week's pay, maybe more.
So what? You know how long it's been since I had somebody I really wanted to give a gift to? Really. You've made my Christmas very special.
And you made mine very special. I wish it had been special for someone else.
Margot and Tom, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I think they kind of missed out on the spirit of Christmas.
It's just not like them, Casey.
Oh, no. I don't know what you can do.
Hello. Look, isn't it gorgeous?
Hey, yeah, that's pretty.
Craig gave it to me. I got clothes from everybody, from Iva, from Mama, from Caleb.
Wow.
I'll give you
like
a full
band?
fashion show when I move back in tonight.
Tonight?
Well, yeah, I got to get settled back in. I mean, the nurses program starts next week. Oh, and look, my Christmas presents from Dusty, my textbooks.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to look them over and get a head start and be the best nurse Memorial has ever seen. Oh, except for you.
Well, why don't you sit down and join us, Meg, huh?
Well, no, I guess I'll just look over these and see you later.
Okay.
What's so funny?
Well, that's about the first time I've ever seen you turn down an opportunity to have a chaperone for the two of us.
Well, I'm a big girl. I know what I want.
Oh, you are you? What's that?
You?
Good morning.
Come in, darling. Mary's all here. Let me take this
About?
your thing.
We
You'll find
absolutely
out. You'll find. Come right on down here to the champagne.
Well, I adore a champagne breakfast, but why here? Why not at your house?
Speaking of the house, we've been calling for 2 days.
Yeah, where have you been?
Oh, busy.
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 Busy. That's all you're going to tell us?
All I'm
busy?
going to say for right now, darling, would you pour the champagne? I've just opened it. Oh, good. Okay. Hi, Ethel. Hi. Come on in.
Are you all right?
Oh, I couldn't be better. Come on in. There's champagne. Tom is pouring. Here, just put it right
Where were
down
you over
here.
Christmas? No one has seen or heard from you in 2 days.
Oh, I know. Well, I've just been busy, keeping myself busy. Yeah.
We can't any more than you do. Champagne, Mom?
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is like a pre-wedding celebration.
Yes, exactly. Darling, I understand that you, well, you sort of were lobbying for a double wedding.
Oh, yes, Lisa. I'm sorry. I didn't know that Uncle Earl was going to leave town like that.
No, that's all right. I was just wondering if maybe you were still open for the idea.
Well, yes.
Lisa, are you serious?
Oh, absolutely.
This is a minor point, and I really hate to bring it up. Minor point. No groom.
Mom, who are you going to marry? Me, of course.
As the world turns. This portion brought to you today by Bold 3, for clothes that feel as good as they look. And by Always Plus, the new shape maxi with uniquely designed flaps that wrap around to protect your panties.
Uncle Earl, you're in Europe.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, he told the jet, the pilot of the jet, to just turn around midair and come back. Isn't that the most romantic thing you've ever
I
heard?
thought you had important business over there.
Champagne?
Thank you. The explanation is very simple. I just realized that I loved Lisa too much to leave her.
Oh, come on now. Don't play it down like that. He said he couldn't live without me.
Right.
I'm so happy I can
You better take good care of her, Earl. She's one in a million.
Oh, Tom, your mom's safe with me.
Congratulations, Earl. Your life will never be dull.
A double wedding? Wait a minute. Does this mean I get to be a bridesmaid twice?
You betcha. You and Harriet.
Tom, do you think you can manage 2 sets of rings?
I think I can handle it.
Oh, thank you. I'll be honored.
I wanted to ask him to be my matron of honor, but can't you still in Europe?
Do you want to wait?
Oh, no way. Oh, come here, you.
Lisa, who's going to give you away? I mean, Bob's in England, and Tom can't be best man and do that, too.
Oh, Shannon, don't be silly. I haven't even given that a thought. Give me away. I mean, well, if I must, Grant Coleman. How about that, huh?
Grant Coleman?
Yeah.
As in your ex-husband?
Well, of course. Why not? I mean, after all, Shannon Duncan has given you away, so why not my ex-husband? Darling, would you mind?
As long as you promise this is your last marriage.
Oh, my honor.
Oh, this is all too perfect. Lisa's ex-husband is giving her to Earl, and my ex-husband Duncan is giving me to Brian. Oh, you still hate the idea, don't you?
Well, no, wait a minute. It's certainly not conventional, but then there's nothing conventional about this wedding, is there? Why not, huh?
I love you. I'm going to call Duncan right now. I think he thought I was kidding when I told him before.
All right, sweetheart, you give me 15 minutes and I'll be ready to take you to the hospital for that checkup.
Lily, you want to come along?
Oh, no. I'll stay here. I'll help hold him.
Okay.
Hey, is that the ring Dr. Dixon gave you? It's pretty.
Yes. Isn't it lovely? 15 minutes, okay?
Okay.
All right.
I can cover up your chest.
Oh, I will. Thank you, Mama.
I think Holden's been on the phone with my mother this whole time.
Yeah, I guess so. Are you and Holden are getting close, aren't you? Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. We better have a talk. Come sit down. I'm going to have a heart-to-heart talk with you.
Oh, you know, my mother says that all the time. I know all there is to know about the birds and the bees. I do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm I'm talking about matters of the heart, though. I mean, you know, and it's a little bit more complicated. Sometimes feelings are a little hard to control.
Don't worry, I was the matter. I'm not getting myself involved in anything I can't handle.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe once or twice.
Once or twice?
No, I thought about it. Because I thought it would, I don't know, put a bond between us that nobody
A bond?
could break.
No, wait just a minute. I mean, you know, a bond can really make things more complicated than you're ready to handle right now. I mean, look at Meg and Dusty.
I know. Don't worry. Don't worry. Thank you.
For what, the advice?
Yes, the advice. The advice and worrying about what happens to me.
Lily!
You what?
It's about time. What did my mother want?
She wants us to come have brunch at her house.
You and me? That's great.
You and me, Mrs. Lawrence, and Monica.
So you're here to see a doctor?
I have a recurring fever ever since my days fighting in the revolution in Montega. I was seriously wounded down there.
Revolution? That sounds exciting and romantic.
It isn't. It's bloody and it's sad. I lost a great many friends there. Sierra thought I was dead. We were reunited in Florida, in the hospital. She gave me the will to live.
That sounds like an old movie. Sorry, it does sound sort of romantic.
Well, it's anything but romantic, real war, Meg. But let's not talk about that. How about some dinner tonight?
Well, like I said before, I really don't date married men.
Well, let's not think of it as a date. Let's think of it as dinner.
Well, if anyone else were to see us now, wouldn't they think it was a date?
Well, we'll be careful to make sure that no one sees us. Think it over. I'll find you after my appointment. Ciao.
Well.
Are you sure you guys aren't Siamese twins or something like that?
What?
How'd you guys do for Christmas?
Oh, I did real good. You know what Lila gave me for Christmas?
The socks and the shirt.
Socks and a shirt.
And you?
Well, I gave Lila.
A percolator. And then what about you, John? How'd you make out?
Oh, I did very good. Look, I got these from Emma, but actually she knitted me a great big beautiful scarf too. These.
Nice. And what did you give her?
I gave her an antique.
Antique what?
Antique what?
I gave her an antique ring.
A ring.
A ring.
A ring? What does this mean? A ring. A ring.
Means I gave her an antique ring. I gave her that simple Siamese. You should understand that.
Wow.
I only have one thing to say to you, and that is that after the first of the year, you and I are going to go out to the house and talk to your mother, tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth. No more excuses, no more anything. Okay? I'll see you after the first of the year. Prepare yourself. What?
If he ever gives Mama a diamond ring, my life's gonna be a living hell.
Well, Sierra is still somewhat unforgiving about the Andropolis affair, but...
I warned you, Lucinda.
Oh, my Jeremiah, my prophet of doom and gloom. But she came and had Christmas here, Christmas with me and Lily, family, cozy. Well, not just family. Holden was here, and Lily paraded him all over the place. But never mind. That's going to go away soon, I'm sure.
You're positively glowing this morning.
Thank you, darling. Peace on earth, goodwill to men.
Men? You sure you don't mean man? Oh, Lucinda, at the risk of being labeled Jeremiah again,
Don't say another word. Don't say it. I don't want to have a fight. A fight with my dear friend and my advisor and the wonderful man who's going to break the Bickford Channing contract on my tower.
That's impossible.
Nothing is impossible. And why have I acquired a construction company if I'm not using it? Anyway, keep Tonio from sulking now that I've taken away the Lawrence acquisition.
Which you originally promised to Tonio.
Yes, but James Stenbeck is a better man for the job. James Stenbeck knows better how to get what he wants.
Well, that's what I'm afraid of.
Please, Ambrose, don't underestimate me. This is me. I got my eyes open. I know who I am. I can handle James Stenbeck.
So you say. Oh, by the way, I've got tickets for the ballet tonight, Nutcracker. Would you like to go?
Not again, darling. All right, I love it. I'll go with you.
Mr. Stenbeck is here.
Ah! Happy Boxing Day, James.
Ambrose, you got a court date to clear up that Dixon mess yet?
All set for the middle of February.
What's taking so long?
Yes, what is taking so long? Here is a man who wants to get out and do something. He has things to do. He doesn't want to have a murder charge hanging in his halo. Ambrose, do something.
All right, all right. Let me make a few calls. I'll be right back.
Thank you, Ambrose.
Now, remember, the Lawrence women will be here. Lily is here, of course. Holden is coming. And I'd like to see you exert your considerable charm.
From Corinne? All right.
You know her so well.
Yes, but the only woman here that I really want to charm is you.
Oh, Merry Christmas!
Christmas is over.
Christmas is never over. Princess, look.
Oh,
You like that?
Yeah, thank you.
Sure. I'd like to spoil both of you.
Yeah, well, you're doing a good job of it, you know. Oh, very neat. Buying back this cabin was a perfect example.
Buying back this cabin was part of what I owe you. I just wish that I could do more.
Hey, I have everything I could possibly want. I have Danielle, I have Steve. That's something he never quite understood. I hope in Greece things will be different.
I'm having a hard time imagining you two guys in Greece.
I'm having a hard time with that, too.
I'm gonna miss you. I don't know what I'm gonna do without you.
Me too. But I love him. I don't feel complete without him.
Complete. I wonder if I'll ever feel that.
You will.
I don't know. That's Christmas Eve.
Sierra and Iva being here with you and so many chances I've blown.
Don't give up.
Me give up? I never give up. Never give up. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking about asking Danielle here to marry me.
Oh, please. Wait a couple of years, months.
Oh, hi, Graham.
Oh, look who it is.
What's up? You know, Steve called late last night and this morning, and when he asked where you were, I wasn't sure if should be the one to tell him about the cabin.
Well, I left him some messages. Told him to call me here.
What are you going to say?
I'm going to say the truth. Well, honey, we gotta take your nap, right? Let's go into your room and get settled, okay? I'll be right back.
Greg, on Christmas morning when David called, I told him what you'd done for Betsy. He said to tell you he's very grateful. And so am I.
Thank you. I would do anything to make Danny and Betsy's life easier.
Well, you're a good friend. Honey, you want me to answer? You know, that could be Grandfather. He said he was going to call.
Good, I got it. Hello? Steve.
You're up to little games again, Mother.
What games? Darling, this is a business brunch. I thought that you were savvy enough to include you. I'm doing you a favor. You can keep your eye on Holden and Monica.
I don't have to keep my eye on Holden, Mother. I trust him more than anyone else in this room.
Oh, that's not nice. That really isn't. And you're very naive, too, my Lily girl.
My Lily? My mother. You're the one being naive and silly if you trust Mr. Stenbeck.
Don't trust Mr. Stenbeck. I got my eyes open. Ah! Our guests have arrived.
She just doesn't want to see you get too serious at your age.
Really? I think it's more than that, Ambrose. She has something against Holden and his entire family, and I'm going to find out what it is.
We're on for him. Oh, Lily, I was just telling Holden his work on the Lawrence contracts has been exceptional.
Thanks, Mr. Stenbeck. Mr. Reyes was telling me that...
Well, you're working with me now, and if you're willing to truly work hard, take a few chances, you'll be able to share in the glory.
What about a fair share of the blame if we fail?
Holden, I do not believe in failure. Now, this acquisition is very important to Mrs. Walsh. You understand that? I want nothing but your best.
You got it, Mr. Stenbeck.
We're the smallest room in the house. Monica, darling, I have a present for you under the tree. I think you know James Stenbeck.
James, of course. What a pleasure.
You look wonderful.
Do you know my daughter, Monica?
Daughter? No, hello.
Hi. I understand we're going to be working together now. Lucinda, you have excellent taste in executives.
She sure does, Mommy. Where were you Christmas Eve, Holden? I missed you. But you can make up for it tonight. Come to the ballet with us.
The ballet? I'm not really into the ballet.
Well, that's a wonderful idea. Holden, it will give us a chance to discuss one or two minor problems I'm having with the contract.
Miss Lawrence, it'd be my pleasure.
Splendid. Holden, that is splendid. Good, that's settled.
Actually, I have 4 tickets. James, why don't you come with us? Who knows, with you and Holden there, I might just sign the contract at intermission.
Well, it sounds like an important evening.
It is. I never waste time. Strike while the iron's hot, I'll always say.
It's a funny thing. Ambrose and I, we're going to the ballet tonight, too. We'll all be there, looking at the contract instead of the cute little girls.
Brunch is served.
Ah, everyone hungry?
This is going to be fun.
Oh, gosh. Holden, I'm so recharged. Oh, Ambrose, look how lucky you are. You've got Mother and Monica.
Well, it's a pleasure.
When I said double wedding, Duncan was at a total loss for words.
Oh, really? Well, what did he say? Or did you tell him that he's to give you away?
No, I wanted to see the expression on his face when I told him.
I'll get it.
He's coming by here after he dropped speeches off at Dr.
Hello, Harry.
Well, there she is, our other bridesmaid.
Congratulations, Lisa. When Shannon called, I was just bowled over.
So,
Really excited.
where are you guys going on your honeymoon?
Listen, that is my one secret. All the rest belongs to Shannon.
Oh, giving her a taste of her own medicine, huh? Well, when you come back, are you going to move into Shannon's apartment?
Not for the time being, until we need a bigger place.
You mean to make room for all those little Bryans and Shannons to come? Oh, Brian, please don't look so uncomfortable. You could talk about kids around Tom and I, we won't fall apart.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
So can you really just do
do that? Just quit?
Officially, I am off the books of Interpol as of this minute.
But unofficially.
No.
Listen, I'm not convinced that the Falcon has been laid to rest. I've been on this case for over 3 years, and I intend to follow it through. Unofficially.
Good luck.
Listen, Tom, I may need your help, but I don't want Lisa to get involved.
There it is. Wait a minute. I think I heard my name mentioned over here. What are you whispering about?
Oh, Tom's going to give me a bachelor party, huh?
Oh, yes. Is he really? I have an idea. Why don't you let old Lucy Walsh jump out of the cake?
Oh, well, I just might do that. Ho, ho,
you
ho.
will.
Excuse me a minute.
Well, not. Sweetheart, Earl told me everything. He told me about how you were with him that night that Margot went out to the castle when she was hurt. And I know that you feel responsible for this. But, Tom...
I don't want to talk about it.
Harriet, I really wish you could have been at Duncan's castle on Christmas Eve. I think Beatrice might have responded to you. I really need to know why she's so determined to go back to Scotland.
I'll just go find out what Shannon wants, and then I'll come and pick you up after your appointment. Are you sure you're going to be all right here alone?
Yes, Duncan, I'm fine now. Really, I have to manage on my own.
I know.
And if Brian offers to pick me up, I would rather he didn't.
Aye. Do you good to talk to Dr. Michaels about this.
What?
Brian.
Bye.
Meg. Meg, I just want to know when you're going to level with Mama about New Mexico and this pregnancy scare.
Come on, the whole thing is over and done with. Just drop it.
It is not. Dr. Dixon can't continue to lie to Mama. He cares too much about her.
Why are you so concerned with Dr. Dixon? What about me?
I'm concerned because you're trying to save your own skin at Mama's expense.
It's not my fault. Dr. Dixon sent me out there to bring Dusty back.
Well, it's not Dr. Dixon's fault that you threw yourself at Dusty.
I did not. Come on, Ivy, you know Mama's never going to forgive me if she finds out about New Mexico.
New Mexico?
This portion of As the World Turns has been brought to you today by Dawn, the dishwashing liquid that takes the grease out of your way, and by Crisco Oil, for fried foods with no greasy taste, and for light-tasting salads. We'll continue with part 2 of As the World Turns in just a moment. And now part 2 of As the World Turns.
And what is it I'm not going to forgive you for?
Have a seat, Meg.
Well, I guess you should know. Remember this summer when I went out to Doris Hogel's camp?
Yes.
Well, I found out that Dusty was in New Mexico and...
Go on.
And I didn't tell anybody, not even Lily.
Meg!
I'm sorry, Mama. It's just that... well, I just didn't think Dusty wanted to be alone. I didn't have the right to go blabbing to everybody, and somebody was going to go out and get him, and then he'd hate me forever. And I know that Dr. Dixon is going to be really mad at me, but I know how much you care about him, so I thought I should tell you, and I hope you're not too upset, Mama.
I'm not upset. I'm just very, very disappointed that you couldn't tell the truth. I mean, think of all the needless worry you caused John. Well, listen, thank heavens no harm came of it, and Dusty's okay, and everything's all right, but...
So you're not going to tell Dr. Dixon? I mean, he might throw me out of the nursing program, and you know how much that means to me.
Meg, he wouldn't do a thing like that.
I don't know about that.
Well, I do.
Good morning, ladies. Mrs. Snyder, I hope your brother-in-law is safely back in Kansas and doing well.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Race. Meg tells me how helpful you were to her in London. Thank you.
You're welcome. It was my pleasure. Well, no Christmas holiday for me. I have to get back to work. Until we meet again.
Bye. Very unusual man.
Oh, Mama, I think
All right. Oh, don't judge a book by its cover, Meg.
Oh, I gotta get going.
Where are you off to, sis? Meg?
Hi.
John. Hey.
Hi, Vi. I was just
Yes.
talking with Rex Whitmore. He's looking for an administrative assistant, and he was very interested in talking to you about it. I told him couldn't do better.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Now, there's
Thank you.
there's his office number, and his secretary's name is Sherry. Talk to her.
Sherry.
They'll set up an interview.
Well, great. I guess, well, I have 10 minutes right now. I'll do it right now, I guess.
Leave your coat here.
Oh, great. Oh, leave it here? Okay. Which way? This way? That way? That way? Okay. Thanks again.
Hey, are you okay? Huh?
Yeah, I'm all right. You can see right through me, can't you? It's just that, well, you know, John, I have been noticing this tension between you and Meg lately, and suddenly it's clear to me what it is. She told me that she knew that Dusty was in New Mexico all that time. She felt she had to keep it a secret. And she's really frightened that you might be mad at her about keeping it a secret. Now, I'm not trying to stand up for Meg. I hope you're not frightened, you know, not furious with her. I really detest lies, but I don't think she really understood the consequences of what she did. You know, you're not angry, are you?
No, I'm,
Hi, Emma, how are you? Is that the ring John gave you?
Yes, isn't it beautiful?
Oh, that's my mother's ring.
Oh, come on, will
Only
you?
kidding.
Not
It's
anymore,
bad,
that's
John.
mine.
Where's your shadow? Where's Casey Peretti?
Oh, let's scoop around
boy,
here. I need some
speak
good hospital
on
gossip.
cue, huh?
You're the guy.
There is no hospital gossip. Let's give them some gossip. Sit down, the two of you. We'll make it look like a double date. What do you say?
Okay.
What an idea. Well, I can't say I'm surprised at his reaction.
He bought me this cabin as a wedding present. It was special to both of us. I mean, it was painful enough for him to lose it in the first place, but to have you buy it back for me, I mean, maybe I shouldn't have moved back.
Well, I think you're wrong. I mean, there's going to have to come a point when Steve is willing to swallow his pride when it comes to your happiness.
I guess.
Well, I've got to get over to the hospital in a half an hour. We've got a fundraising meeting.
How's that going?
Oh, very well. Makes me feel good working on the same thing as David is. I'll talk to you later, honey. Okay?
Yeah, I'll call you.
Okay. Bye-bye, Greg.
Bye-bye.
You okay?
Grace is so far away. He sounded so lonely. I'm his wife. I should be with him.
You offered. He turned you down. Maybe you should listen to that. Maybe he needs to make a go of it there on his own.
But if you love somebody, that shouldn't. I don't know, maybe I'm just lonely too.
For what it's worth, I'm here too. My friend.
Well, just the man we've been waiting for. Shannon is just dying to pop the question.
Really? Oh, well, this is a sudden change of plans. I thought you had urgent business in Europe.
Oh, well, I had a much better reason to stay here.
Well, obviously, congratulations are in order.
Thank you. And we need your help. Well, actually, I need your help.
Well, anything for you, Lassie.
Oh, good. Then you won't mind giving me away, huh? I wasn't kidding when I mentioned it at first.
Well, I might very well mind. After all, you've been my wife for 8 of the best years of my life. But I'll do it anyway.
Oh, thanks. Let's have some champagne.
All right. Duncan, why didn't you tell me that Beatrice's appointment was changed with Dr. Michaels for this morning? I could easily have picked her up.
Oh, well, it was on my way.
You left her there alone?
Well, she said she'd be fine.
Well, maybe Brian could pick Beatrice up and bring her back here for some champagne.
Oh, no, I don't think that would be a good idea. She said she wanted to be alone.
She could drink champagne.
Well, Earl, since you'll be settling down, will you be looking for full-time work?
Yes, I guess I will.
Well, just as long as you don't work for old Lucy Walsh.
Oh,
Let her get her claws in you. Let her have James Steinbeck. Now, they deserve each other. Excuse me.
Earl, have you considered a career as an investigative reporter? You know, I could really use a man with your international connections.
That sounds like an interesting idea, huh, Earl?
Oh, I like the sound of that, Brian.
Just a moment. Duncan, it's for you, Dr. Michaels.
I left this number with her secretary in case of any emergency. Doctor?
I hope Beatrice is all right. Oh, I'm sure she got through with her doctor's appointment earlier than expected and just needs someone to pick her up.
I see. Thank you.
What is it?
Beatrice never arrived for her appointment, and she's not to be found anywhere at the hospital.
Sorry about our plans for this evening. Still go riding, though.
Well, unless Monica throws herself in front of your horse. Well, really, I mean, I wouldn't put it past her.
This whole ordeal with her it's like a joke, so don't worry about it.
I wouldn't laugh too hard. You're like a challenge to her. Don't you see that makes you even more attractive? She's gonna go after you again and again until she gets you.
So let her. I'm not interested.
Well, it's wonderful to be able to talk to someone who truly understands my problems.
Yes.
Oh, Corinne, it's such a pity. It's so sad that you have to go. You can't stay.
Well, yes, I'm expected at this opening of a new art exhibit at the County Museum. James, why don't you come with me and we can continue this fascinating conversation?
Oh, this afternoon I spend with my son.
He's a devoted father. Admirable. Well, then why don't you drop by the house this evening for cocktails? And then we can join the others at the ballet.
Perfect.
I'm sorry you won't be there, Lily.
Would you like to go, Lily? I'm sure I could get you another ticket.
Great! Great! I love the Nutcracker. Meanwhile, we're gonna go for a nice ride at the stables.
Right, we're gonna go for a ride. Miss Lawrence, should I bring the contract to the ballet this evening?
Do that, Holden. Monica, we should be leaving.
Will you walk me out to the car? It's really icy.
We'd love to do that for you, Monica. Come on, Holden.
Lucinda, my dear, I know you're anxious to finalize these negotiations.
Oh, you don't know how anxious I am. And also, I'm just a little worried about Mr. Steinbeck. I don't want to monopolize all his time with this when I have so many other things on his schedule.
I'm sure. James, shall we say 7 o'clock then?
7 o'clock.
Ambrose, help Corinne.
Yeah.
To her car. It's icy. She might slip and break her neck. Oh, you're just so charming. All that charm. She certainly responded to it. She's open. She remembers it.
Shall we have a very late nightcap?
After the Nutcracker?
After the Nutcracker. Maybe. Yeah. See you later tonight.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, Ambrose.
Yes, James. Well, it's all set. I got a ticket for Lily.
Thank you.
You see, Lucinda, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. Hey, what's wrong?
I have a confession. I absolutely despise Corinne Lawrence.
What was that you were telling Lily? I don't know. We all have to make sacrifices for the business. All right. I'm going. I'll see you tonight. It's a wonderful brunch.
I just went for a walk around the hospital grounds, and I guess I lost track of time.
Well,
Sorry, I didn't mean to worry anyone.
we were all very worried about you. I wish you told me that your appointment had changed. You know, I could have arranged to get you here.
Well, you and Shannon are so busy with your wedding plans. And you've already done so much for me.
We want to continue to help, you know.
Yes, well, I must stop depending on other people.
I guess I don't consider myself other people. Now, why don't you come back to Earl's with us, because we're having a bit of a celebration, all right?
No, please.
Everybody there would love to see you, including Harriet. And afterwards, Duncan can drag you straight back to the castle.
All right, Brian, if you insist.
The only thing I insist upon is your happiness. I'm really very glad you decided to stay. Otherwise, I'd never get a chance to dance with you at my wedding. Come on, let's go.
heard all about your small little confession to your mother there.
I told the truth.
You told a very small part of the truth. You'd better be careful. You're going to lose what little sympathy Dustin has for you.
How come everybody's picking on me?
What's the harm in having dinner?
I'm counting the hours until dinner. Until then, something to brighten your day as you brighten my nights. Tell your mom. Tell me.
Oh, Meg. Oh, so this is your friend's apartment.
Look, if this is about money.
And I suppose this is all the valuable jewelry he's been giving you. Come on, Meg. He's a married man.
It's not what you think, Iva.
Oh, come on. I've been there. I was Tad Channing's mistress, remember? And if you're not careful, you're going to end up like me, alone and desperate.
Poor Iva. I'm sorry things didn't work out with you and Craig. But really, okay? Here, take this. Pay off the mortgage on the farm. Oh, and here, buy yourself something pretty. You're never going to get a man looking like that.
Meg, where is all this money coming from?
I'm fine, really. Go on back to Mama. And look, if Dusty calls...
Oh, and Dusty, that poor boy. I suppose you're not interested in him anymore now that you have a man in your life. Take care of yourself, Meg.
Hello, Meg.
Tonio.
I came in the back way to surprise you. I brought a present for you.
Oh?
One thing more.
Tickets? To Zurich, first class?
I'm going there on business tomorrow, and you're coming with me.
Well, what if Sierra finds out, or Mrs. Walsh?
I really don't care. I'd risk anything to be with you, Querida.
Stop it. No.
All right, now remember, if you talk to Kim and Bob, not a word. Not a word.
I'd rather hear it from you anyway.
Oh, all right, darling. Good night.
Good night.
Good night. It's so funny. Oh, Lord, I hope they're as happy as they pretend to be.
Oh, look, they're happy because you're happy and so am I.
Oh, you're happy. If you're happy, then I'm happy. You are happy, aren't you? I mean, you are happy? You don't regret giving up the hunt for the falcon to marry me?
I've never been happier in my life.
You promise?
Yes.
I still think the groom has a right to know what his wedding is going to be like, all right?
I wanted to be a surprise.
Hey, we had enough surprises last time, all right?
Well, I'm very glad we can all joke about that now. Excuse me.
The only thing that is not going to be a surprise, Mr. McCall, is that this time you and I are going to end up as husband and wife.
Beatrice, Brian, and Shannon would be terribly disappointed if you went back to Scotland before the wedding.
I may have to, Harriet.
Why?
Harriet, do you promise, as my friend, not to repeat this to anyone?
Well, of course not.
There's someone here that I care about very much. I've tried to control my feelings, but I can't. Oh, Brian.
Yes, it is.
So it is okay if I move back in tonight, huh? Because I'm really excited. I also don't know how long it's going to be this time because, well, I'm thinking about getting my own place.
Oh, good. Do you think you can afford that?
Well, not yet, but I can dream, can't I?
Phone call from Miss Meg Snyder.
Thank you, sir. See you later.
Miss me?
Stop. In case we've been working together all day.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count. What do you say after this shift we hightail it home and spend a little time alone before the kids get there, huh? Huh?
You make us sound like an old married couple.
Oh. Well, you said it. I didn't.
Meg Snyder.
I just made reservations for dinner.
Hey, I never said that we would be going out to dinner tonight.
I'm not taking no for an answer.
Well, I'm moving back into Lila's tonight.
I know it wouldn't be a good idea for me to pick you up at Lila's, so we'll have to arrange to meet somewhere else.
I love you.
I love you. I love you. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think you better go. I think you better go.
Yeah.
Go on. Come on.
Do you understand?
I want you to be happy.
And I want you. Be happy.
Hi.
Hi.
What are you doing up here?
Just thinking.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, too. I'm thinking about whether or not you want to work for me.
Oh, no, thanks. No, I think we ought to keep the business out of our relationship.
It's good to know we have a relationship.
Of course we do.
Good. Then, I'll ask you what I was going to ask you on Christmas Eve, but we never seem to get time along. You know, nothing risked, nothing gained. You don't go for it, you'll never get it. So, you're probably wondering here why.
Yeah, I am. What are you trying to say?
You said that you needed some time, and that I should take some time. So I would take some time. It's time now. Will you marry me?
Children's Clothes by Good Lad of Philadelphia. Furs by Christie Brothers. This is Dan Regent, inviting you to join us again Monday for As the World Turns.